Speakers registered on consent items will be taken following the announcements of any items being pulled from the consent agenda. Speakers registered on non-consent items other than public hearing and zoning cases will be taken following council announcements. Each speaker will be given 3 minutes. Thank you.
Good morning, Fort Worth. It's nice to see you on this Tuesday, April 22nd. We have special guests today as our mayors for a day that are going to be calling our meeting to order. So please give a round of applause to Kristen, who is in 4th grade at Carroll ISD, and her sister Hazel, who's a 1st grade student at Carroll ISD. That's great. Great job, girls. Okay, and I'm going to allow them to call us to order together, okay? You want to say hello?
Hello.
Come over here. Okay, so I'm going to say call the meeting to order, and you're going to hit this thing right here, okay? Go share it.
Call the meeting to order.
Great job. Yay, good job.
That was wow.
Today's invocation will be by Minister John McKenzie from Bridgewood Church of Christ. Please rise for the invocation and remain standing for the pledges of allegiance.
Good morning. Let's pray. Our Father God, we're thankful for this beautiful day. We're thankful for the opportunity to continue reflecting your love to our neighbors and in our community. We're thankful for each one of the children, each one of the students who are here today to take part in this act of local government. We're thankful for each one of the volunteers who are here and for their good service in this community. We ask that you would be with each of our first responders. You would protect them as they work to protect us. And we ask that you be with each member of the council today as they deliberate the items on the agenda. Give them good discernment. We're thankful to be a part of this community. We ask that you would give us the opportunity to reflect your love to our neighbors. It's in Jesus' name that we pray. Amen.
Council, I believe we have a request to take up the 3 resolutions before we do special presentations. Those are on page 15 of the agenda.
Thank you, Jeanette. Appreciate that, council. This is for good reasoning. I know several of us on council can appreciate this. Councilmember Hill is trying to have a special ceremony for her son, who's a graduating senior in high school, and she does not need to miss that. So we're going to pull these resolutions to the beginning. The first resolution is 25-5063, which is a resolution supporting the renovation and expansion of the National Cowgirl Museum and Hall of Fame. And I will turn to Councilmember Hill at this time.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm extremely supportive of the expansion of the National Cowgirl Museum and Hall of Fame, which will significantly enhance one of Fort Worth's crown jewels in the cultural district. This expansion will attract a broader audience, increase tourism, generate revenue, and continue to enhance the city's reputation as a cultural destination. The museum's exhibits and Hall of Fame celebrate diverse contributions of women to the American West, showcasing women from diverse backgrounds, ethnicities, and cultures. As other city-supported museum and arts projects, the National Cowgirl Museum and Hall of Fame is improving a building on city-owned land, and over 2/3 of the required funds for the project have been raised or committed by private philanthropy, demonstrating community buy-in and a desire for this project to succeed. This resolution provides a pathway for funding through the Community Partnership Fund to support the expansion, which will provide substantial cultural, educational, and economic benefits to the city of Fort Worth. I move to approve.
Got a motion on the floor, council?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? If not, please vote. I think, is Jared on? Yes, you got yeses. And motion carries. Next up, council, be 25-5067, a resolution appointing members of the relevant specialties to serve on the Medical Control Advisory Board. Can I entertain a motion?
Move for approval.
Motion and a second. Please vote. Motion carries. And our last resolution is 25-5068, a resolution to the City Council of City of Fort Worth, adding city council work sessions for budget-related presentations. Entertain a motion.
Move for approval.
Got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? If not, please vote. And motion carries. Thank you, council.
Council, that gets us back to the special presentations with the first one. Mayor, did you want to do National Volunteer Week first?
Yes, let's do that first. Thank you, Jeanette.
National Volunteer Week.
Thank you. And today is important recognition for the dedicated volunteers who work very closely with the City of Fort Worth to be volunteer coordinators across dozens of programs here in our city to help strengthen and enrich our community. Today, I know that we are joined by various city volunteers and, of course, our City of Fort Worth volunteer coordinators. I believe that Madeline Mackey, who is our volunteer services coordinator, and our City of Fort Worth volunteers can come down to the floor and say a few words before I come down and greet them. As Madeline's coming to the microphone, I think she'll talk about these amazing volunteer programs, but I think this is worth mentioning, if I can steal your thunder, Madeline. For the first 6 months of fiscal year 2025, the city has engaged more than 7,000 volunteers who have logged 55,000 hours. This translates to an economic impact of $1.86 million, and that's based on an estimated value of a volunteer hour at $33 an hour. Thank you, Madeline, for your great leadership here in the City of Fort Worth, and I'll turn the microphone back to you.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. So I'd just like to thank Mayor Parker and Council for recognizing our volunteers. These people represent the best of what Fort Worth has to offer. They pick up litter, they foster animals, they coach youth sports, patrol our neighborhoods, monitor our waterways, support our police and fire departments, clean kennels, and serve as wildlife ambassadors and docents, in addition to about 100 other things. I should point out that this is not glamorous work that they're doing, and it's not work that they have to do. It is hot, dirty, long hours. We have some people who are getting called out of their beds at 1 o'clock in the morning to help respond to fires. It's something that they do because they want to make our city a better place, and they see a problem, and they've decided that the best way to address it is to stand up and act. So I think especially in a time where a lot of things can feel uncertain, we should be looking to our volunteers as an example for what we can do when we feel powerless. We should follow their example and step up and give back to our community and give our time and energy and talents. I would like also to note that we have 45 exceptionally dedicated volunteer coordinators that serve across 7 city departments with our 45 programs. They also put in long hours, and they work with the thousands of volunteers that we are lucky to greet each and every day. So again, thank you so much.
I think,
for this
Madeline, what we'd like to do is have the council come down and take a photograph. If you're here on behalf of our volunteer program, we'd love to greet you here in this area, take one group photograph. That'd be possible. Thank you.
We could even do 3 rows, if you want to do 3 rows. Move in a little bit, yes, let's move in a little bit. I know we gotta get so back. All right. Yeah. Yes, I'm gonna have to do a panorama thing here. All right, big smiles for this guy right here, yeah?
All right, smile on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Let me get a couple, I'm gonna pull in right here, real quick, here we go. Don't move, look right here. Good, good, good. One more. You good?
Let me do one more. Just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case.
All right, good to go.
Thank you.
Our next recognition will be to recognize Chief Noakes by One Community USA and the Shop Talk program.
Chief Noakes wants to come down to the front here. He's coming down. And of course, our One Community USA team as well. Chief, I'm going to allow you to have the microphone first, if that's okay, because I want you to give the perspective of how important this initiative has been for the city of Fort Worth, of course, for our department, and across Tarrant County.
Mayor and Council, it's wonderful for me to be able to stand up here with this group you see behind me. It's an incredible group of people whose hearts are in the work that's being done for our community and our police department. And as far as any recognition, there are so many other people that should be up here for this, including the team you see behind me that are actually out there doing the work. We have incredible officers, incredible volunteers who make this program something that it allows for genuine connection and spaces where people feel comfortable. We have barbershops here in the city of Fort Worth who invite us. They don't just allow us, they invite us to come into their space where we can interact with our communities in fantastic ways that would not be possible otherwise. I also want to say it's with a heavy heart that we're here without Miss Tony Brinker, who did so much for this program, not only financially, but she showed up. She did the work. She would come into the barbershops with us and walk the neighborhoods with us. She not only wanted to support financially, she wanted to be an example, and that's exactly what she was. So I thank this group for what they do to allow us another avenue to be able to connect in a positive way with our communities, and I will turn it over to this group.
Because importantly, Chief, they really wanted to recognize you with your upcoming retirement and all your contributions to make this initiative successful. So to Ian or whomever wants to speak first, please take their microphone. I'll join you there at the podium.
Good morning. My name is John Plunkett. I am the Associate Director of the Shop Talk program with One Community USA, as well as a retired urban police officer. Today, we would like to take a moment to recognize someone very special, and this is Chief Noakes. Several years ago, when I was an urban police officer, I came to Fort Worth to meet with Chief Noakes at a coffee shop. He brought one of his barbers over, and I brought one of the barbers from Irving. And we all sat down over a cup of coffee, and we talked about community relations. And we talked about how can we promote community relations between law enforcement and the police department. And we came up with Shop Talk in Fort Worth because the barber in Irving really wanted Shop Talk in Fort Worth. Talked to Chief Noakes. He told me some stories about how he met some people that was afraid of the police when he was in uniform. And after that, Shop Talk started in Fort Worth. I knew that Chief Noakes was genuine. In Irving, we had a Black History Month celebration. I called up Chief Noakes and I asked him, could he be our keynote speaker? Out of all of the police chiefs, all throughout the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I asked Chief Noakes to come and speak. And they really appreciated everything that he did at that Black History Month celebration. I called Chief Noakes at home and said, Chief, hey, let's do a block walk at a shop. At home, he coordinated all of this here so that we can go to Faded Blue Barbershop here in Fort Worth and walk the neighborhood. And here is the owner of Faded Blue here, Mr. Eddie. Okay. Shop Talk in Fort Worth has expanded to approximately 29 shops now. And this is good. This program has been recognized both nationally and internationally, and it's here in Fort Worth now. But I want to turn it over to our CEO of One Community USA, Mr. Ian here, and he's going to talk just a little bit more and do a presentation.
Thank you, John. Hi, I'm Ian Fewer, President and CEO of One Community USA. Just want to add a couple things before I read the letter I brought to John. About what John said. John was actually recognized by the Department of Justice in Washington, D.C. for creating this program. And the neighborhood walk that John mentioned was actually turned into a film, a student film, of the interaction that the chief had in the neighborhood, and was chosen for the All-American High School Film Festival in New York and shown to a New York City audience of Chief Noakes interacting with the neighborhood. And now I'd like to read a brief statement. Ladies and gentlemen, Fort Worth City Council, on behalf of One Community USA, I have the honor of presenting this plaque to a remarkable leader and a dedicated public servant, Chief Neil Noakes. As he prepares to retire after many years of exemplary service, we want to express our heartfelt gratitude for his unwavering support of the Shop Talk program. Under Chief Noakes' leadership, the Fort Worth Police Department has fostered a spirit of collaboration and trust within our community. His commitment to open dialogue and proactive engagement has transformed the way we connect with our residents, ensuring that every voice is heard and valued. The Shop Talk program, which brings together law enforcement and community members in meaningful conversations, has flourished thanks to Chief Noakes' vision and support. His belief in the power of community engagement has not only strengthened our neighborhoods, but has also built bridges of understanding and respect. As we present this plaque today, let it serve as a symbol of our appreciation for Chief Noakes' dedication, compassion, and tireless efforts to make Fort Worth a safer, more inclusive place for all. Thank you, Chief Noakes, for your support, service, and friendship. Thank you for being a true champion of the community. We wish you all the best in retirement, and we will miss you.
Mayor, can I take a point of privilege and say something real quick? I want to thank the chief and all of you officers that are here. We talk about all the time about community policing and going into our neighborhoods and talking. And I have seen some of the shop talk online. I'm in the shop probably 2 or 3 times a month with my hair and my children's hair. And so it's a lot that happens at the shop. And so we really want to appreciate this program. Thank you guys. Job well done.
Here we go. I'm gonna have you on the back, yep, right there, good. And here we go. Good, a few more. And one more. You good?
Yeah. All right, so on 3, guys. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Okay, Council, I'm going to stay here to save myself the steps. I'm filling in for Councilmember Hill to recognize National Osteopathic Medicine Week. We are recognizing National Osteopathic Medicine Week, a national observance dedicated to spotlighting the osteopathic medical profession and raising awareness about the distinctiveness of osteopathic medicine. And this recognition is presented to the Texas College of Osteopathic Medicine, or TCOM, by Councilmember Hill, or really today it's your mayor, me. An important note that Councilmember Hill's father, I believe, was a graduate of this medical school, which is a special note. And most recently, I have been saved many times over by Dr. Janice Kniebel, who's my father's doctor there in their Office of Geriatric Medicine, and I cannot say enough wonderful things. So please come forward if you don't mind. And I believe Dr. Seals is going to say a few words. Our medical students in our white coats are welcome to stand here behind.
Thank you very much, Mayor Parker and Council, for acknowledging osteopathic medicine as a whole and to the Texas College of Osteopathic Medicine specifically. Last week, we celebrated 150 years as a profession of osteopathic medicine, and Texas College of Osteopathic Medicine has been in Fort Worth for about 55 years now. So osteopathic medicine came in a time 150 years ago looking for an alternative way, a better way to practice medicine that incorporated the body as a whole, that focused on prevention. And we and the student doctors behind me want to continue to do that. The healthcare system still needs work. There's still solutions we need to have, and we've got a great group of students that are graduating that can be a part of that solution. So we appreciate your support.
All right, get everyone lined up there. Okay, so on three, 1, 2, 3. All right, thanks, guys.
Mayor, while you're coming, I'll just say a special hello to a special council member. You heard him give the invocation, but John McKenzie, John, please stand. John is also a pastor of a church in District 5, and he lets us use his church whenever we want. I want to say thank you. And Mayor, I know you see Zim there
Yes,
too.
and I was going to say we also have a very special guest, former council member from Council District 3, Zim Zimmerman is here with us today. Zim, it's always great to see you. If you don't mind, raise your hand, stand if you'd like to be recognized.
Next will be items to be withdrawn from the consent agenda.
We have 2 items to withdraw, M&C 25-0384 and 25-0382.
Items to be continued or withdrawn by staff.
We have 3 items. M&C 25-0316 will be moved to the June 10th council meeting at the request of the applicant. And the paired M&Cs of a public hearing, M&C 25-0320 and its companion M&C ZC 24-162 will also be moved to the June 10th meeting at the request of the applicant.
Next will be speakers on the consent agenda item.
Thank
And
you,
Mayor,
Jeanette. Our
we have
first
3.
speaker is Chris Wood, followed by Bob Willoughby.
Good morning. My name is Chris Wood, and I'm from District 9. I strongly believe that completing an economic impact analysis for high-speed rail between Fort Worth, Arlington, and Dallas is crucial. If implemented, a high-speed rail system will not only allow faster travel times, but also significantly reduce greenhouse gas emissions, contributing to a cleaner environment. Additionally, it will provide substantial savings to those who rely on public transportation. For instance, when traveling to Arlington for an event such as a Cowboys game, I must take an Uber from the farthest point that Trinity Metro stops at because there is no public transportation available in Arlington. This round trip costs around $50, which is a significant expense for someone on a fixed income. With a high-speed rail system, getting to the stadium would be about 50% cheaper. But public transportation is not only for recreational reasons. Sometimes, to get the proper specialized help needed for medical, legal, or financial issues, a person needs to travel to another location. I have to travel to Dallas for legal purposes, and getting to Dallas takes me roughly 2 hours one way using current public transportation. With high-speed rail, this travel time would be cut in half. High-speed rail has numerous benefits, including reducing costs and travel times for both recreational and necessary trips to Dallas and Arlington from Fort Worth. I appreciate your time.
Our next speaker is Bob Willoughby, followed by David Martinez. David Martinez.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. I thought I was supposed to speak for the Ezequiel Vasquez art. Is that correct?
Yes, you can.
Okay,
You're
all
fine.
right, yeah.
Thank you.
Well, anyways, just want to let everybody know, because I know there's going to be a lot of complainers saying that there was too much money spent on the artwork for the Ezekiel Vasquez Park. But I want to let y'all know this is an investment into the community that I'm already working on. I've been working on this for over 2 years since Councilwoman Beck was gracious enough to have that money set aside for the park in the name of my great uncle and also my cousin Patrick Zemaripa, the officer that was killed in the Black Lives Matter march in Dallas. Yeah, but I appreciate it, everything that's going on. But we're already working on programs that's going to bring lots of money to the city of Fort Worth. This is an investment with the children in Southside with a baseball park. Uh, the, the complex is going to be used. Everything's going to be used as soon as we get started. We break ground hopefully soon, and then we'll start after a year. Hopefully everything goes right, and we'll be open for business, and we'll have lots of community events that will help to improve the neighborhood, and also for bring economic development to Fort Worth. We have planned for the artwork. We're making T-shirts and sweaters. The serape is very symbolic for our community, the Hispanic community in that area. It's already being used. A lot of people really like. I really didn't like the art. I didn't know about the art, and then I was very upset that I wasn't included in the process. But then when I showed up and they showed us the artwork, I was totally for it. I'm 150% for the artwork that's there, and I appreciate everything the city has done uh, to honor my great uncle Ezekiel Vasquez and my cousin Patrick Zemaripa. I would like to everybody to know that when we talk about artwork, a lot of people say that, oh, there's money thrown away, and we could have used that to put this here, put that there. But let me tell you something: the life that was dedicated. Um, you can't put them out on that, especially for my cousin Patrick Zemaripa. Thank you. God bless.
Council, that's the conclusion of our consent agenda items. Or
Move for
speakers.
approval.
Thank you. Got a motion and a second, Council. Any other discussion? Please vote. Okay. Oh, you want me to vote? Sorry. Motion carries.
Our next item will be MNC 25-0384.
Thank you. And I believe we've got 2 recusals on this item. Is that correct? Councilmember Crane and Councilmember Williams.
Yes, Mayor, due to my wife's employment at Child Care Associates, I'll be recusing myself from this vote. All my paperwork is on file with the City Secretary's office.
Thank you. Councilmember Williams.
Yeah, likewise, due to my employment with Tarrant Area Food Bank, I'll be also recusing from participating in this item, and all of my records are on file with the City Secretary.
Thank you. Council, I can entertain a motion.
Move for approval.
Motion and a second. Please vote. Motion carries.
Our next item is MNC 25-0382.
Same for Councilmember Crane and Councilmember Williams. Need to recuse on this item.
Yes, again, due to my wife's employment at Child Care Associates, I've been advised by the city attorney to recuse myself from this vote. I'll also, my paperwork's on file in the City Secretary's office.
Thank you. And to Jared.
Yeah, I'm also recusing for the same reason as the previous item due to my employment with Tanner Food Bank, and my documents are on file with the City Secretary.
Thank you. Got a motion? A motion and a second. Any other discussion, Council? Please vote. Motion carries.
Our next item will be upcoming and recent events, recognition of citizens, and approval of ceremonial travel.
Councilmember Flores, you're up first.
Thank you, Mayor. Let's get the slide up, please. All right, my wife and I had a wonderful evening supporting the Castleberry ISD Education Foundation's 6th annual gala, and that was on April 11th. The funds given back to educators, students, awarding classroom grants and scholarships for high school seniors. So, we had Mark Istook from WFAA doing the MNC duties, and it was a very successful event, so I appreciate Castleberry ISD for that. Second, the mayor, myself, Macy Hill, Chief Noakes, and other council members were present for the groundbreaking for the new Police Northwest Division Patrol that we did right off of Marine Creek Parkway. This is going to be a very important facility. We've outgrown our current facility, and we will also be able to shed a high lease facility that we're doing as well. So this is going to be at a good savings and a good investment for not just District 2, but also District 7. Next slide, please. Okay, it was a special day at Northside High School. I was asked to celebrate their senior night, and with their baseball team, I was asked to throw out the ceremonial first pitch. So that was a lot of fun. A lot of families, faculty members, students, teachers were there, hosting also a Earth Fest event, which many in the community attended. So hats off to them. And the next is my district office hosted a breakfast just to say thank you and to honor 3 Fort Worth police officers, Dustin Lamb, Officer Emmanuel Perez, and Officer John Martin, who couldn't be present because of his duties. Their life-saving efforts back to the event that occurred on October 27th during a head-on collision in a vehicle that was on fire. If it wasn't for their heroic actions, the driver's life would have been lost. But fortunately, he was saved. So thanks to them, thanks to the Northwest Division and their command staff. Then one announcement I have, Fort Worth Aviation Museum is having its premiere event, Hops and Props, this Saturday, April 26th from 12 to 5 p.m. I know that former Councilmember Zim Zimmerman is in the audience. He and I are on the board of directors for the Aviation Museum. There is a lot of program fund for this. You also have a lot of local craft breweries that are there giving you samples of what they make. And in addition, you have static aircraft displays, local food vendors, local crafts, tours, some aerial demonstrations. So come on out. It's a wonderful event, and that's at 3300 Ross Avenue this Saturday from 12 to 5. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos. Councilmember Crane.
Hello. Yes, I've been advised by the city attorney to ask for council approval for travel May 18th through 20th to Washington, D.C. with Trinity Metro for an APTA conference, and retroactively March 17th and 18th, Austin, Texas, with the Fort Worth Professional Firefighters 440 for meetings with state legislatures.
Thank you, Michael. Councilmember Bivens.
Thank you, Mayor. I actually got married at an APTA conference. Oh, you did? Yeah, that didn't last long. Let's see. I'm ready for the slides. Do I have any slides?
There they go.
Oh, they're behind me. Okay, okay. Recently, we had a tax foreclosure workshop at Handley Meadowbrook Rec Center. We had a full house, thanks to Merlin from Property Management and Casey from Neighborhood Services. Their teams put together this workshop, letting people know what you need to do to buy a tax foreclosed property, what you need to look out for in buying one. And the beauty of the workshop is at least people know what steps they have to take to buy one. Too often you might see a vacant property, it may be run down, it may not be, but that could be your neighbor. But if you want to pick your neighbors and there's a tax foreclosed property next to you, at least now if you went to this workshop, you know how to buy one. And so thanks to all of those who helped pull this off. We had a wonderful turnout in spite of the rain, so my hat goes off to all who participated. Next slide. Of course, there is. We actually have a 7-second delay, Mayor. I'm convinced of that. So we had an Easter egg hunt in Historic Stop 6 over the weekend. I started out being greeted by kids, ended up being greeted by kids. There's Jan Bennett, who is an officer with the Historic Stop 6 Neighborhood Association. And the group you see in front of a public art project is gathered by the president of that association, Michael Moore. And I want to say thanks to all who showed up, including the police, who kept us all safe and entertained. And it was a wonderful time to be had by all. And the rain didn't stop the fun. And that's it.
Thank you, Gina. And Councilmember Beck.
Okay. First up, we have, okay. Sorry. All right,
It's
now we're there.
behind you. The screen's late.
All right, so first up, we have the Fort Worth PD Central Division had their Easter event at Hillside Community Center in District 8 on April 12th, and it was a lot of fun. I was glad to be joined by Councilwoman Martinez and Councilman Nettles at that event. Next slide. Same day, we celebrated 125 years of the Byron German Sports Club, and the city of Fort Worth is actually one of their premier fan clubs. So it was fun to be out there watching a bunch of folks watch soccer. Not shown in the picture is the 3-foot-tall Paulaner beer stein that they gave me, and then tried to get me to drink out of. So I told them we didn't need any additional incidents on West 7th, so I opted out. Next slide. Speaking of West 7th, we had the West 7th Neighborhood Association meeting at the Staten. Thanks to all of the city staff that showed up. It was really informative for those folks, and we got a lot of positive feedback. Next slide. Okay, now we're on to future events. So May 10th, Fort Worth PD South Division, at Fort Worth PD South Division headquarters on Ricinger Road, the McCart Avenue Corridor Study Open House is taking place. I hope to see you all out there. Next slide. May 24th is Carry the Load for the City of Fort Worth employees. If you haven't already, you should be receiving a link to sign up. Please sign up early so that we can make sure that you have our first ever City of Fort Worth team t-shirts to wear for that event. And I think that's it.
Thank you, Councilmember Beck. I believe I'm last up, but for important recognition, Lisa Atherton is here with us today. Lisa is the CEO of Bell here in Fort Worth. Lisa, you're welcome to join me here at this center podium. For those of you that don't know Lisa and the Bell team, Lisa is an incredible leader with an amazing career both in the military and now in the private sector, leading Bell forward. And you are creating a measurable impact in the city of Fort Worth. For those of you who weren't aware, the Bell project that we recently voted on at council is a truly transformative opportunity for our city. It is impactful not only for our national security, but also for our city, state, and regional economy. The new facility is reinforcing that Fort Worth is a leader in some of the most advanced developments in aerospace manufacturing. This new $630 million facility in North Fort Worth will build the V-280 Valor military aircraft. It's one of the U.S. Army's largest programs, valued at $70 billion. Fort Worth City Council members unanimously approved an incentives package that included tax breaks and grants valued at more than $46 million just a few months ago. Importantly, this investment will create at least 520 jobs, as well as an internship and career training opportunities for Northwest ISD students. I'd be remiss if I didn't also mention the important work between Robert Allen and the Fort Worth Economic Development Partnership to get this job over the finish line, as well as Brian Chase and his entire team to steward this project forward. Bell, we are incredibly, incredibly thankful for your longstanding partnership in the city of Fort Worth, and we are proud that you'll continue to call Fort Worth home. Lisa, if you'd like to have a few moments, you may.
Yes, Mayor, council members, thank you all so much for allowing me the privilege to stand here and represent the thousands of men and women at Bell who are just honored to be a part of this community. Before I go any further, Council Member Bivens, I just want to say thank you for your representation of our headquarters as you enter in your final term. We've been honored to have you as a part of our team, and God bless. We appreciate all you've done.
Can you restate where the headquarters is?
Fort Worth.
Thank you. District 5. District 5.
District 5, yeah. So, look, I just want to say You all have been incredible partners since Bell moved to Fort Worth in 1951. We celebrate 90 years as a company this year. And this most recent project, as I get my glasses here, it is going to be the new site for our core manufacturing of the U.S. Army's future long-range assault aircraft. The mayor detailed it clearly. This is a major undertaking for our city. And I will tell you that we are becoming known as the aerospace and defense capital here in Fort Worth. So I thank you all for your support in that. It's a huge win because the last time the Army made a decision of this magnitude was in the 1970s. This is going to carry us forward generationally for all of our employees, but more importantly for the men and women in service. They need this capability. They need it now, and they need our support and the future workforce that we have here at Bell. We're going to be investing, as the mayor stated, hundreds of millions of dollars, potentially approaching a B at some point in this program, in the new factory, and hiring all the talented men and women, and really looking forward to investing in ladies such as you have to your left and right, Mayor, who could be a part of this program in the future. This site selection was made possible by you, by our incredible staff, as you mentioned, and along with the team at the Fort Worth Economic Development Partnership. You all have been incredible, and we appreciate all that you've done. Cowtown is now an aerospace and defense city, and we are proud to call it home. Mayor, I really would like to present you this V280 model to display in this amazing facility. And to all the council, thank you very much.
Go ahead and get yours first.
All right, sure thing. Big smile on 3. 1, 2. All right.
Here we go. Thank you. Thank you.
That's why I got confused, because on my thing it showed District 9.
Next will be our non-consent speakers. And Mayor, we have one, and that is Don Allen. Is Mr. Allen here?
Yeah, yes, I'm here, but I actually signed up, I thought, online for the last case on the agenda, which is a right-of-way vacation. So I tried to sign up under that agenda item, so I don't have anything to say until that time.
Well, this is where you would make your comments on that item, sir.
Okay, well, then in that case, I will just say that we're here representing the City on the Hill Church on the last item on the agenda, MNC. I'm sorry I didn't bring it up here, but it's the right of vacation in Anderson Boulevard in Councilwoman Bivens District. And it's pretty cut and dried, I think, at this case with an MNC written by City Legal. So I don't think I'm going to go through the case and make any presentations unless you have any questions at the time you consider the case.
Thank you, Don. Any questions, Councilmember Bivens?
I just want to say thank you for the work you're doing, you've done, and you'll continue to do.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
Thank you.
Mayor, that concludes all of the non-consent agenda speakers. That gets us to the council proposals, the first one being CP-330.
Okay. Thank you. First is CP 330, and council, as a reminder, we have to do 2 votes on these items, one to waive the fees and then one to waive the rules. So we can vote on these today. So I believe, Mayor Pro Tem, you're on this first item.
I'd like to move for approval.
Second.
Do we have to?
Yeah, we're going to vote twice. So one is to waive the rules to vote on this today, Mayor Pro Tem.
And now for the second, I move for approval.
You have to say.
I don't have my
I
paperwork
move
in
to
front of me.
waive the rules of council to vote on this council proposal today.
Was that good enough, Leanne? She's happy. Okay, great.
As always, thank you, Councilmember.
Motion and a second. Council, please vote.
Uh-oh. There we go.
Motion carries. Now, Mayor Pro Tem, you can move to approve.
Okay. Can I just say move for approval?
Yes, you may.
Okay. If you see how big this book is, you see why I don't know what's going on. Move for approval.
Second.
Motion and a second. Council, please vote.
Thank you all.
Motion carries.
Next will be CP-331.
Councilmember Beck.
Great. I move to waive the rules of council procedure to vote on CP331 today, waiving the second reading requirement.
Second.
Motion and a second. Please vote. Motion carries.
Now I move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Please vote. Motion carries.
Next will be MNC 25-0375 with city staff report by Crystal Hinojosa.
Good morning, Mayor Parker and members of City Council. My name is Crystal Hinojosa, and I'm an Economic Development Manager in the City of Fort Worth Lab Department. The purpose of today's public hearing is to receive comments from the public on the advisability of expanding the boundaries of the Fort Worth Public Improvement District 18 Tourism PID to include one additional hotel property. Notification of today's public hearing was mailed to all property owners within this PID on April 4th, 2025, and published in the Star Telegram on the same date in compliance with state law. A newly constructed hotel may be added to the district if record owners consent to its inclusion. Le Meridien, located at 811 Commerce Street, Fort Worth, Texas, 76102, opened in late summer 2024. Its property owners and their duly authorized representatives have signed a petition requesting inclusion into the tourism PID. If Le Meridien is added to the prior signers of the PID petition, the following percentages result: a total of 81.79% of appraised value, 70.39% of area of property liable for assessment, and 67.8% of record owners liable for assessment will have signed in favor of the PID. Because all of percentages are above the 60% threshold, inclusion of this hotel meets all required elements and may be considered for inclusion into the tourism PID. The total estimated cost for services and improvements for the remaining life of the tourism PID, approximately 3 years, is $24,190,000, which includes estimated costs of $7,750,000 for fiscal year 25. Following receipt of any public comment, staff recommends that City Council close today's public hearing and approve MNC 25-0375 to declare the petition sufficient, authorize the filing of the budget, and set a benefits hearing for May 13th. After the second hearing, it is planned for Council to take formal action to add this hotel to the tourism PID and levy assessments. A representative from Visit Fort Worth and I are both available to answer any questions.
Thank you, Crystal. Any questions from council? If not, I can entertain a motion to close the public hearing and vote on the MNC.
I move to close the public hearing and approve MNC 25-375 and 1, find that the petition for expansion of PID 18, also known as the tourism PID, meets the statutory requirements of Local Government Code Chapter 372, and 2, approve the revised 24-25 PID 18 assessment roll, and 3, set the public benefits hearing before this council for May 13th, 2025 at 6 p.m. for final approval of the following: for PID 18 expansion of the PID, the update of the revised FY 24-25 budget and 3-year service plan, and the 24-25 assessment for an additional hotel.
Thank you, Councilmember Beck. I've got a motion and a second by Mayor Pro Tem Bivens. Please vote.
Thank you.
Thank you, Crystal. And Jeanette, before we go to MNC 25-0315 with a report by City Staff Derek Cole, let's go back. We actually need to vote Councilmember Crane on his ceremonial travel. That's my mistake earlier. Entertain a motion, Council.
Second.
Motion and a second. Please vote. Just all in favor say aye. Aye. Any nays?
Nay.
Motion carries. Now we're moving to MNC 25-0315, report by Derek Cole. Hi, Derek. It looks like you're with us for 2 or 3 more here, so you just get to stay at the microphone if that sounds okay. You may have to come to this one, sorry. I'm sorry, Derek, we confused you. If you turn that monitor around, we're too fancy in here now. There we go.
Thank you, Mayor Parker, members of council. We do have, in fact, two public hearings. The first is for annexation AX 23009. This is Walsh Ranch in the Planning Area 5, and it's located in Future Council District 3. So by way of some background information, the owner of this particular annexation is Qual Valley Devco 5 LLC. This is a owner-initiated annexation for full-purpose annexation activities. As was indicated before, for council's actions for consideration to conduct a public hearing, authorize the execution of the municipal service agreement, and consider adoption of the ordinance for annexation 23009 for full purpose. This is a 100% residential annexation. The current site acreage includes 239 acres of land and approximately 25 acres to include Interstate 20. It's located in Parker County, and it does comply with state law relative to section 43.0672. And as you can see, there are several related cases dating all the way back to 2003. By way of background information related to land use, the comprehensive plan land use map indicates 3 different land use designations: single-family residential, low-density residential, and open space. The current use of the land is vacant. As proposed with the annexation, the proposed land uses are consistent with the comprehensive plan, and this is located in the far west planning sector. As it relates to the zoning is planned development specific to low-density residential for a range of residential uses to include A-43 all the way through R2. The Fort Worth lab has prepared a fiscal impact analysis looking at the long-term positive impacts. It indicates by year 5, minus the expenditures for the annexation, we can expect a cumulative net total impact of $5 million, $5.4 million. And then by year 40, with complete build-out, the cumulative net total positive impact will be approximately $63 million. So with that, staff will conclude the presentation, and the applicant is here for any questions.
Thank you, Derek. Any questions, council? If not, I'll turn to Councilmember Crane.
Thanks. I'll move to close the public hearing and act on the MNC.
Second.
Motion and a second. Please vote. Motion carries.
Next is MNC 25-0318, the staff report by Derek Hull, which was combined into the previous presentation.
I'll move to close the public hearing and act on the MNC.
Second.
Motion and a second. Please vote. Motion carries.
Our next item is ZC-24-162. Oh, sorry. ZC-24138.
Councilmember Beck.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion and a second. Please vote. Motion carries.
Next is ZC-25-056.
Councilmember Martinez.
Move to approve.
Motion and a second. Please vote. Motion carries.
Next is ZC-25-062.
Move for approval.
Motion and a second. Please vote.
Mayor Pro Tem, those are your fines and fees.
We got, I think we have one more tree-related item.
We do, yes. Motion carries.
Next is MNC 25-0323.
Councilmember Mayor Pro Tem Bivens, I'll turn this one to you.
Yeah, this really results in a lot of hard work by staff, more than years, to get us to changes in our tree ordinance, that's layman's terms. It's important that people know when they build in Fort Worth, you just can't come and clear cut our significant trees and not be held accountable for it. And so, Mayor, what I tell staff is I would not be embarrassed if we had the strongest tree ordinance in the state, really wouldn't. We're not there yet, but we're better than we were before. And staff came up with these caps, and they really were the inspiration for me from Councilwoman Beck. And you might want to talk about whatever that character is you always talk about.
The Lorax.
The Lorax.
The Lorax speaks for the trees, and there's no one in the city of Fort Worth that speaks for the trees like you, Councilwoman Bivens. So thank you for all of your hard work on this and making sure that us young folks on council understand the importance of preserving trees in our districts and across the city. So as your time here draws to an end, I hope that this is really something that that you take with you because it's big.
You have been very special to me in educating me on all things Dr. Zeus. And I had no idea what the Lorax was or anything until you called me that one day. And I didn't know if you were being complimentary or rude. But it was a compliment.
It was a compliment, I promise.
You know, when you don't have kids, I know Paul Geisel, and he said, "Oh, Gina, that's a big deal. That's Dr. Zeus's grandnephew." But we have quite a few caps that we'll share with council members, DAC, who was very supportive of making these changes, and anyone who thinks that they love trees. And so, with that, I move for approval.
Thank you. I've got a motion and a second, Council, and I also want to give a really special thanks to city staff for your hard work on this ordinance. Thank you for the hats. We do appreciate them. And you already mentioned it, Gina, but to our Development Advisory Committee for their cooperation. That's very uncommon in big cities that you see our development community come alongside the city of Fort Worth to create what they may perceive as more regulation, but I think they recognize the importance of our tree canopy in the city and that the leadership of this city was making this a priority. So again, to city staff, thank you very much for your tenacity and patience to get us to this point. And with that, council, I think we can vote. Put my hat on here. Motion carries. Congratulations, Gina.
Thank you.
Next item is MNC 25-0362.
Thank you. Council, I can entertain a motion.
Move for approval.
Second.
Got a motion and a second, Council. Please vote. Motion carries.
Next item is MNC 25-0326.
Move for approval.
Motion and a second. Council, please vote.
And with that, the church is fine.
And motion carries.
Mayor, that concludes all of the action items.
Thank you, Council. And with that, meeting is adjourned.
And the drum line will meet us outside.
Yes, for a little entertainment. Kristen, you want to gavel us out? You can say meeting adjourned.
Meeting adjourned.
Great job.
All right. Jay.